Welcome back, Mosh Pit Podcast. We're here at Goldfield in Roseville, where I Set to Kill is starting their 15-year Reach anniversary tour. How you guys doing today?
Great. Excellent.
By the way, we need to stop calling these 4-day runs a tour. It's a joke from Jeremy's dying right now.
I know, because I talked to somebody today, and they were like, is it a tour? I was like, well, it's through a month. So I don't know if you would consider it a tour, but it's like...
It doesn't matter. That's what we came to the conclusion.
It's
a tour.
Yep.
It's a tour.
We're on tour.
It's a tour. We're on tour.
And we're excited.
Tour.
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 But let's get it started. I want to know, how did you guys meet?
How did we meet?
The beginning.
Alexia, how did we meet?
We met when, well, first I was born, and then she was coincidentally born from the same mother. That's when we met, when she was
And then
born.
I met Alexia when I was born.
Yes. And then
They don't remember
14
that. They
years
don't
later,
remember.
or 15
And
years
then,
later,
and then 16 years later,
Caleb was
17
born.
years later,
Caleb was born.
No,
I'm 46.
no.
No, I'm not.
So you two are sisters.
Yes.
Are you related or
No.
No.
Okay. That was a joke.
All right, making sure. I was like,
But
wait.
we were making music, and then we met Caleb
When I tried out
when he
for
tried
the
out.
band.
We were looking
Yes.
for a drummer.
Looking for a new drummer. We had tryouts.
Yes, and
Caleb came in with his swipe emo scene hair. And we were like,
when
wait.
was this?
Perfect
When was
fit.
this? Like,
Don't even need to try out.
2008, 2009.
Oh, no. It was 2006.
Oh, 2006.
Wow.
It was, so he was good friends with a past our guitar player at the time.
Yep.
They were good friends.
We went to middle school together. And he was like, I'm in I Set to Kill. You should try out. And I was like, I don't know. And then I really liked the music that they recorded with the EP, When Silence is Broken, the torn broken glass is finally replaced.
Morgan Ring?
No,
No,
when
EP.
silence is broken, the
Oh,
night
yeah.
is torn. EP.
Yes.
Our first EP.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
mouthful.
Before Reach.
Yeah.
Right before Reach came
And I
out.
liked it, so I was in. Anyways, that's
Yeah.
how we met. I tried out.
I love your guys. I love it because like when I heard your stuff, it just like it made me feel like I was back in middle school almost. Where like, you know how it was. It's just like, I'm just all my emotions.
Yes.
And that's what I love about it. That's why I love it. Like a band that can pull me in is if I feel young again. Like when I feel like how I used to feel when I listened to like a first music of a band.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love about some bands. Like you can have
Yeah.
some good new bands where it's like a new sound, but like when I listened to you guys, I was just like,
That's awesome.
I feel like I got school in the morning. But I was gonna ask you, which I bet it's hard to ask a band that's been around long as you have. Is there a band that you would like your favorite band to play with that you would love to play with, and where would it be? What venue or arena or whatever?
I would have loved to play with Nirvana. Finch. You know what? I thought of Finch when you were talking about that, like, that childhood feeling.
Yeah.
Of, like, because every time I listen to that album, what is it? What It Is to Burn?
I think
Is it-
that's what it is.
I just go back to that place where I was having all those feelings and also just like loving that album. It was one of my first CDs, I think. But I don't know what band.
That's a good one, Alexia. That's
Thank
so
you.
hard, though.
I know. Since we're like older, like middle school is different for us for like what we were going through. Like that wasn't Finch was like high school for me. Middle school for me was like MXPX, Blink-182, Strung Out, Millencolin. It was just all pop punk rock. And then eventually, like, I heard of Thrice, and I was like, and their old stuff was
Yeah, I
kind of
heard of
punk
Thrice
rock.
too.
I was like, what is this? It's like so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And it really wasn't that heavy, but to me,
Finch
it was
to me was
really
like
heavy.
high school, but still I meant like the middle school feeling of like
Well,
feeling younger.
they were a drive-through band, and when New Found Glory and all those bands were doing it, Finch was like the only band that was like emo and heavy like that out of all the other drive-through bands. So they stood out. And when I think about it, I do remember them from middle school. Because I loved all those drive-through bands.
Yeah, definitely younger me would love to go. I mean, even older me now, but if I'm thinking about like back then, like you're saying, I would say like Blink-182 or Green Day or those, because those were the kinds of bands that like influenced me and influenced us, I think, to play music. So yeah, I would.
We're all the same.
We're all the same.
What about like a venue? Is there a venue?
Oh, venue.
Is there a venue you'd love
Venue.
to play? Or arena?
What's a good one? What's like
Like Red Rocks
Red
or
Rocks would be
Okay.
really cool.
Red
that's
Rocks.
good. We've never played that. That would be really
Especially
cool.
like playing in the nature.
yeah.
that would be amazing.
That's where I could see you guys. That's why I said I was like I could see you guys playing at Red Rocks. I would. That's like, and I always get that sometimes from bands or bands that like want to play in like Paris or something like that, like overseas, which I love. But I've never been to a show overseas, so hopefully in the future, guys.
Yes.
You got time. You got time.
What is your favorite show memory, whether it was on or off stage?
When the first time we played in like South America, remember we were like in a kitchen / green room and people were like knocking
Oh.
and like Alicia.
They were
They were
going
like
nuts.
treating us like we were the Beatles over there.
Oh shit!
And
was
I
really
remember
crazy.
feeling like, whoa, is this what they're always talking about? Like when you feel like you made it type of thing.
When was that? When was that moment for you guys that you felt that?
I think that was it for me.
Yeah, when was that? Like
20.
That was actually like late 2008. The first time I went to South
Yeah.
America.
Oh,
when
wow.
I was thinking of the memory when we did when we played in Jakarta and we played the Jack Cloth Fest, and it was like such a big, like we've done like festivals, it's been like big crowds, but the crowd that we played for in Jakarta was like all for us, and it was a humongous crowd. So I think that was just like such a crazy surreal moment for us, because we've never experienced, that was the first time we ever experienced, like, I don't know how many people were there,
4,000 to 5,000
like
people.
thousands of people all there for us.
It was nuts.
And it was like the beginning of we were still a new band, pretty much, right? 2009.
Oh no. Well,
When was that one?
Jakarta was 2011. For the first
Caleb's better with time.
2011 was when we went. And that's But
That's
we did
still
go again.
pretty. I mean, that's still
We went
pretty
back-
early.
We went back in 2013 and it was the same exact thing, just a same crowd, just as big, just as crazy. It was really word.
I mean, yeah, compared to like other bands, that is still new.
Yeah.
It's
enough.
like
Yeah.
having that much support.
Yes. And at such a young age, we were like in our early 20s.
Yeah.
Barely.
I think I was 24 at the time.
So it's like
23 and 24.
it's a crazy thing to experience, and it was really cool.
I know. I mean, like I've only been doing this for like a little over a year and a half, and I'm 21, and I remember my first time, like I was at a show and I was outside with a band, and then this guy walks up and goes, "You're Christian Mosh Pit Podcast," and that was like the first like recognized thing, and I was like, it's weird that like someone that you'd never met, never seen, walks up to you and just goes, "Hi, I know you."
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yes. It's crazy.
But I want to get into, I always ask this to every band, what mosh pit have you seen or been in that was the craziest?
The craziest.
Oh man, recently
Craziest.
that band. I was like on the outside of the mosh pit, and I had to like pretty much like I had to like go to the very back because it was so crazy. Where was it? There was oh my god, what was the band? I have to think. Damn it. Hold on. I don't remember the name of the band, and I just went to this show in San Diego, and it was like this, there was like have you heard of Sextile before?
Yes.
It was a band that was playing with Sextile, and can I look it up on my phone?
Yeah.
Here,
Do your mosh pit moment.
Yeah. Go.
It was years and years ago. I was in like what was it? I think I went to go see Darkest Hour when I was still in high school. I was probably like 16 or 17. And I was like a wild kid in the mosh pit back then. I would never even ever touch a mosh pit. Probably ever since I started touring, I'm like, yeah, fuck, screw that. I don't know what the rules are.
You can guess.
Fair enough.
It's all good.
But I was just a filthy, sweaty, fucking, my shirt was soaked, my pants were soaked, and I wouldn't leave the pit. I was just going in the whole time. I don't hardcore dance, but I don't know. It was fun.
Hell yeah.
And I came out unscathed, and it was just a good time.
Hell yeah.
That's probably like the last time I've been in a mosh pit. I don't think I'd ever do
I
it.
can't think of a moment.
It's too scary.
Are you a mosher?
No, I think I tried to at like
Zulu.
thrice shows.
Zulu?
Zulu.
Okay, that makes
Have you
sense.
heard of them before?
I've heard of them. I've like heard like I think I saw like one of the things on Instagram or heard a snippet of their song and I followed them. But I think I can kind of understand what you mean by your experience.
Yeah, the crowd, because they're a hardcore band,
Yeah.
and the crowd was insane. It was just like right when they started playing, the mosh pit didn't stop. It was so crazy. Same with this band called Spy. I think they're from California. I think they're from San Francisco, maybe, or
Spy. I don't think I've heard of Spy.
or they're from I think they're from San Francisco. But they're another like same type of band.
Hell yeah.
You should check them out.
I will.
But their mosh pit was insane. Yeah. I've never I don't know. I don't really go to a lot of hardcore shows. So like seeing that, I was like, holy shit, that's crazy.
Well, they weren't like two-stepping. They were like just pushing each other like crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, because my assumption is right away that's like some type of spastic punk rock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's
like moshing. They're moshing.
Yeah.
there's like a difference in pits. It's like there's a push pit where everybody's either running in a big circle where you're just going around just
Sounds like my kind of pit.
or that's like the chill pit. That's like the lowest level of pit where it's just really fun. I love those kind of pits.
Well, you're gonna love our pit tonight.
Yeah, I can't wait. We're gonna get that.
It's a special one, a love pit.
You guys see a video of the pit right after this. You'll love it.
Oh, sorry, you were talking.
But also I want to get into more of the music aspect with you guys. Since it's your 15th year of anniversary of Reach, I wanted to know what was the process with the creation of Reach? How do you think, like looking back, what was the process? And if you could have gave yourself advice now, what would it be?
I don't know.
That's
What
a
kind of advice?
really good one. There's a whole lot. I don't, right away I'm like, there's a lot with that question because one, like a lot of the songs were written, or like at least 3 to 4 of the songs were written already.
Yeah.
That were put onto the full-length album from the EP previously.
Yeah.
2, we recorded the album 2 times because we hated our first situation with the
first
producer.
mix and everything.
Yeah, we were recorded with like a punk rock producer that our label set us up with, and it was just dry and terrible and not like anything that was even close to what the EP sounded like because
Yeah.
Larry was in the digital age. Everything was sound replaced. It sounded crisp, awesome. And we were like, oh no. And we spent a month or longer recording that album at that house in California or something like that.
I know, that's crazy.
And it
then
all
we
went to
didn't
waste. And then we redid it again at home.
Oh wow.
We completely,
even- Yeah.
Damn.
So we went back with who we did our EP with
Oh.
Yeah.
What would you?
because we knew what it sounded like
It
too.
was going to
so
sound
we're
like that
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
you know how you wanted it to sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any advice though? Like, say you guys are known now. Like, is there any advice you would give yourself back then?
But you know what? I just thought. Sorry. What's crazy is all of that had to happen because then Lindsay left.
Yeah, because
In that whole process,
it all had, yeah.
she left, and then when we recorded it with the person we wanted, that's when I stepped up and sang. So it's
'Cause
like
we-
almost
yeah.
like it all had to happen. I'm
Because
like
we
just
had, I don't know if
realizing
you
it.
know, but we had a different singer
yeah.
when we
Yeah.
first started. Oh, okay. So, yeah, when we were, I forgot about that too. That's crazy.
Yeah, because at first I was like, man, what a waste of time, and now I'm like, oh wow, actually that had to happen.
I never actually thought about it like that.
Yeah.
That's what
Now
we're here
we have
for.
closure. Thank you for the closure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, it's a lot of people don't realize that chemistry in a band is a key product of having good music. Chemistry, and also you look back at things you've created and be like, well, if I didn't create that, then I wouldn't create this. Or if this person didn't do this, then I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I also wanted to ask, what was the inspiration behind the name I Set to Kill?
I wrote a poem in high school about like this criminal who was driven out of passion to kill someone.
Yeah.
And I think it just is a tribute to how emo I was and how dark my mind was back then. And yeah, and then we just kept it. And we had one shirt that had like the whole poem on there. I don't even remember what it is anymore, but yeah, that's what it was about.
Yeah.
So
If you
the
find it,
his
send it
eyes
to
set
me. I would
kill.
love to put that like right here in the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I
cool.
want people to read it.
That would be cool.
I know I have it memorized. I just
Wait,
have
if
to
I
like
keep
go
it
to
right
that
here.
place of remembering.
Yeah.
You want to say something?
What?
Huh?
Well, I was going to add that I thought the cool part about the poem was that the killer had their eyes set to kill, and that's why the name came from the poem. Their eyes were set to kill.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. I've never, because I've asked a lot of bands for like their reasons behind their band name, because I love hearing that. Because sometimes there's a big inspiration, or sometimes it's just marketing.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, I love it when there's like a big backstory behind it, and that's a really good backstory with a poem and everything.
Thank you.
But I wanted to ask as well, because I love hearing this too. What was your first show as I Set to Kill? Where was it? How was it?
Was it? Wait, was it at the YMCA?
I think so.
It's awesome. I wasn't
Yeah.
there, but
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the
but-
YMCA on like the basketball court or something.
Or was it? Did we do Battle of the Bands in high school or something?
That's what it was.
It was it.
Battle of the Bands
Was
thing.
it the at the YMCA?
Yeah. It's our friend who we still know now. He was at our first show because he went to high school with us, and his band played in the Battle of the Bands too for that.
Oh hell yeah! That's like, cause it's like, that's what I love about it, is because like I also like having the band reflect of like where they were and where they are. Is just like, cause it's just like, it's growth. Everybody has growth in their life, if it's with their job or with their family or with their passion. And that's what I love hearing about this stuff, is just, it's getting the backstory behind the band. That's why I always say it's the life behind the curtain. Because bands hear music, like people hear music, they love a band, and they feel like, you have people come up, you saved my life.
Yeah.
And it's also, that's why I wanted to do this, is to have bands have the outlet to just be like, this is my creation, why I created it, when I created it, when we first tried to share it with the people that would love it and grow. And that's why I'm going to lead to this final question, kind of more of a personal. What is your hobbies other than music?
I can't talk about that. Just kidding. I'm serious.
I think for me, I just like creating things, like whether it be like this kind of like podcast stuff
Yeah.
or videos for people.
Well, shout out your podcast
It's not out yet, but it's called Wild Courage.
called Wild
And
Courage.
it's with my friend Angela Ferrari and Billy Harfosh. I might be butchering his name, but anyway.
Wait for that, guys. I'll be promoting that for her. I got you.
And I think for all of us, we really like hiking in Arizona. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're from Arizona.
Yes.
Good one.
Nature, camping. I like to cook. That's what I like to do outside of music. I do work at a restaurant. I'm a cook at a restaurant, like when I'm not on tour or making music. Because that's like my other passion is cooking food.
Yeah.
Yeah, but creating too, like Alexia said, other things like, drawing, painting, and doing all that kind of stuff is always another nice outlet outside of music.
Awesome.
Smoking weed, petting my cat, and playing drums. And
You
what-
can't
the
say
one
playing drums.
but it's all I do.
It's music, though.
You're right. Okay, and I jack off a bunch.
Oh, and
That's what I
Pokemon
was
Go.
gonna get at. Oh yeah,
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go is a passionate thing for me.
Wait a minute, that's
I'm
still a
literally
thing?
always.
Wait.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know because I used to play that in high school. I just thought it just ended.
Oh, it's going.
Oh,
really?
it's going.
The Pokemon is going.
That must be awesome since you guys are on like tour sometimes. And you're just like, ooh, I found
Oh,
a
yeah.
gym.
No, for real. I get to go to Australia in April, and there's Pokemon I don't have yet that are down under. So I'm
Down
very
under.
excited.
So at this part of the podcast, I want you guys to look at the camera and promote anything you guys would like. If it's new music
Don't.
or touring or shows or anything.
Okay. What do we want to promote?
Let's
about to.
okay, go.
You go.
Wait, when is this coming out? When is this coming out?
It's coming out first Monday of April. I forgot
Okay,
what it
we
is.
definitely have we have announcements to make coming up soon about future
It's gonna be
tours.
announced. Our tour is going to be announced way before April. So, we have a month-long tour coming up in June and July to head out to Capulet Fest and play with a bunch of amazing bands. Nothing
Awesome.
More is headlining. I don't even know how many other bands are playing.
I know Census Fail's
Census
playing.
Fail is playing our day. That's awesome, actually.
Um,
What else? Actually, I feel like we have the best day. Who? Oh yeah, Make Out, or this
Make Out.
band I just toured with recently. They're playing with us as well on that day. Anyways, we have that coming up. Bunch
and
of headli-
also,
we haven't been to the East Coast or Midwest
Oh.
as I Set to Kill in
as I said to kill
years.
in years.
Awesome.
Technically.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I get
that'll
you.
be
So
nice.
we're
Awesome.
hitting all the
That'd be
good
awesome.
spots
Yeah,
in the
Florida.
U.S. that everyone's been
York.
asking us about. So it's happening.
Yeah.
We're going everywhere.
And this will be out as well, but we have a October run with Alisana coming up, and we'll be right back here and in, at Goldfield, actually. I don't know, October something. But
Sometime in October, which
Sometime in
all of
October.
it, I'll be promoting for them everything. You need to come see them. And I know I haven't seen you guys live yet, but hearing how you guys are as people, I'm excited to see. Because that's why I
Thank
love
you.
doing this, and like I love doing pre-show interviews. Is like, yeah, the audience get to learn about you, but I also get to learn about you, and then also get to hear the creation. I get to hear from you the creation, and then also go listen to it, and then feel the energy and be like, oh, I know why they did this. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that.
And all their stuff will be down the link below. Check them out. Go follow them. Subscribe right down here. Right down here.
we will have new music out by then, too.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, new music.
We're gonna have maybe some new music coming. It's a secret.
Thank you guys so much. It's so awesome to have you guys and having history on this band, because I do a good amount of local bands, and some I try to just promote local bands, and I also like doing big bands every once in a while as well,
Oh yeah.
to just hear the stories and the history, because bigger bands have a lot more history because they've been playing for a lot longer. They have also a lot more stories. So like, other than like some local band that's just like, well, last week at the show, or they can just be, or you guys are like, well, back in 2008 we did this, this, and this, which I love, and I thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Check
Thank
them
you.
out,
Yes.
like,
Thank you.
subscribe, everything,
All the things.
all the things, all the
All
good
the
things, and they're gonna see them right now. Catch you next time, Mosh Pit. Later.
Later.
Later.